Alex, you want canned cranberry sauce, or should we make it ourselves?
That's my mom. She didn't know about Instacart's family carts, so...
Want to make pecan pie this year, yes or no? Oh, and how many boxes of stuffing?
So I told her we could just share a family cart and add all our holiday favorites to the same order without losing our voices or our sanity. It's so much fun.
Alex, can you get my holiday village out of the attic?
Baby steps, Alex. Baby steps. Shop Instacart this holiday season and enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Alex?
What's up, Cuzzy Wuzzies? You're listening to the Bay Ridge Boys, History Hyenas. Bad.
What's up, everybody? Before we get started, me and Chris got some dates we want to tell you about. Go to HyenaspapasComedy.com. Coming up right now, I'm going to be in Springfield, Massachusetts on March 20th and 21st. Then I'll be in Boston. I'll be in Tampa. I'll be in Connecticut. I'll be in Edmonton. And just go to my website. And then we have, of course, History Hyenas Live March 19th, Gramercy Theater. There's only a few tickets left for the second show. First show's completely sold out. And then, of course, Chrissy, we got a second show.
Yeah.
We're hitting Connecticut.
Yeah, we got a Wall Street Theater, Norwalk, Connecticut, April 29th. Shows on a Wednesday. Not even coronavirus can fucking stop us. And then I got my live dates, ChristyComedy.com, Vancouver, Boston, Newark, New Jersey, Indianapolis, Philadelphia, Providence. Just come. And then Aladdin Theater and Neptune Theater in October in Seattle and Portland, late October if we're all still alive. So check us out.
What's up, everybody? Our numbers have quadrupled this week as everybody's at home listening to podcasts because you got to stay off the streets. We have a very special guest today. Of course, it's me, Giannis Pappas, Yanni Long Days. I'm sitting across from Clarice Chrissy.
Yeah.
Clarice.
Chrissy Peacoats.
We have a very special guest today, comedian, one of the funniest comedians to ever do comedy, in my humble opinion. One of the funniest comedians doing comedy now. We were going to talk about the women's suffrage movement. That was the historical topic we were going with. But we realized when she came in here that we really owe it to you guys that she happens to be a coronavirus expert in diseases, the spreading of infectious diseases. So since coronavirus has now become an epidemic, it's just a coincidence that Jessica Kirson's here. And we're going to push aside women's suffrage and we're going to talk about coronavirus and what you guys can do to prevent it, how it starts, what the history of the disease is. So everybody welcome Jessica Kirson.
Hi, Jessica.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Jessica. Now, that's Mike, and we have a mic for your pussy, too.
Yeah, if you need that as well.
It's inside.
Okay. Yeah, just want to make sure you know.
Yeah. It's I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere inside.
Now, we understand that you have sex with women.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have sex anymore, but yes, for years I've had sex with women.
Now, I live in Bay Ridge, which is a...
It's funny how when you're a lesbian or a straight guy and you get in a relationship, you both end up having the same sexuality.
I'm a straight
just
man.
asexual. Yeah.
Now I live in
No
Bay Ridge.
sex.
I live in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, which is a very old school conservative neighborhood. And what they've been saying now about the coronavirus, and since you're an expert, I want to know
is the Chinese did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that the Chinese did it, which is something we knew. Is that much like how in the 80s when AIDS came out, they said it's only for the gays. Is coronavirus just for the gays?
No, well, coronavirus was started by the Asians to kill the Jews.
Aha! Got it.
Got it. Right. So a lot of people don't know that. Mm-hmm. I actually have a recording from a friend of mine in China.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Did you guys didn't know this?
No.
Really?
Well, that's why we wanted to have you on because
she explains the whole thing.
Right. Go ahead.
We're not supposed to know this.
Okay,
hold on.
please.
Let me just get it together.
Yeah. Okay, let's get it. Hold on. She's getting her phone out.
Right, hold on. I have to get it.
Jessica Kirson, if you didn't know, she studied for many years at the NYU Disease and Center of Viruses and Bacteria and things that kill you. It's a school of things that kill you. So she's got her recording. And
plus, I'm a Jew, so I have my whole family is doctors.
And you're responsible for the death of Jesus.
Yeah, and my feet are dirty, so I'm Chinese.
Yeah.
Right. Are they bound?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Here we go. Wait. Don't talk while she's talking. Okay. It's a little hard to understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jew are the worst people on earth. I don't want Jew in world. So we killed Jew and we killed them and we killed them. We killed all the Jews because the Jews are liars.
Yeah.
And
That's the end of the recording.
Was that?
Yeah. No delay on the long
No
distance
delay.
or anything.
No,
No.
what, that
No,
was
no,
a
no,
phone
I
call.
got
I thought that was Ronnie Chang's
that
Netflix
was-
special.
No.
Wei Zhongzhen.
That was a voicemail from Margaret Cho.
Wei Zhongzhen.
Because at first it came out like this, but then I asked her to
Right.
do it in English because I don't speak Asian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
don't speak
Same with me,
Oriental.
Right.
So I had her, and this is the original. Like, tell me if you, because Giannis, I know you speak.
I speak Chinese. Yeah.
Right. So tell me if you
Mandarin.
understand this because she talks very fast.
Right. Yeah, I got all of that actually.
Yeah.
What did she
There it is.
say?
She said we're in direct competition with America right now for markets. And since we've opened up our economy to capitalism, we need to decrease your population. And Yao Ming's the best basketball player to ever live.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then she said, fuck the Jews, we're going to kill them all.
Right. But didn't she say something about dumplings?
She
I
did.
think,
Yeah, I
it's
heard-
dumpling.
Yeah, she said the disease will be in dumplings on Christmas to kill the Jews.
Oh, right.
Wei
Yeah, I thought I
Zhongzhen.
heard Christmas too.
Yeah, because the Jews go eat at that's probably their plan, I think, is to kill Jews through Chinese food
Right.
on Christmas.
Yeah, because it's my mom's birthday too, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. A lot of people want to know. So I'm glad we had you. I mean, it's just nice that, we can get this information out to the people so
Yeah,
they can be
Jessica
aware
has
on.
it.
So how can people protect themselves from the coronavirus? And also Jews, if you want to just to let people know how you can generally stay away from
Well-
Jews if they're on your windows or what.
Right. So if people think that they're going to get it, like if it's airborne or whatever, no, the only way you can really get it is if you're getting pounded anally, which most Jews are into.
Right.
So that's why
Right.
they
Yeah,
kind
right.
of knew, like,
Right.
if we have it spread through anal,
Right.
Jew to Jew or Chinese to Jew.
So if it's pretty much a Jewish disease or pretty coronavirus, should we not be eating pastrami?
I think you can eat pastrami, but I don't think that it's so funny you asked that. I don't think
that's
that
an
you should have
important
a
question.
cleaning lady, and I don't think that. Listen, it's really.
You shouldn't make eye contact with Puerto Rican people, is what you're trying to say. If you don't
Wei
want
Zhongzhen.
if you want to keep yourself safe from this disease, or is it an eye contact thing, or
Well, really, the people you don't want to have eye contact with black people
Right,
because black
right.
people,
Wei Zhongzhen.
some like Jews, some don't. Black people
Right.
and Jews haven't really come together, which is weird because we both had a lot of loss and we both love chicken.
Right.
So you
And-
think that we'd come together more, but it hasn't happened.
Right.
okay? So
So
if you,
Jews do love chicken, right?
Yeah, Jews love chicken.
Yeah.
So I think that I don't think you should have eye contact with anyone except for other white people, the two of you.
Wei
I'm a
Zhongzhen.
Jew, so I could or could not have the virus right now.
okay.
So
So basically, people from Connecticut are safe from this virus.
yeah,
because
people
they
from a lot of
generally-
states, North Dakota, anywhere where there's no Jew,
Yeah.
North Dakota, South Dakota.
Wei
or just generally
Zhongzhen.
people who don't acknowledge the existence of those people, like people in Connecticut, usually like WASPs. They just kind of like they don't
Right.
acknowledge the existence. They don't even look at you. So that's kind of
Wei
that's a good thing now.
That's a great thing. Or upstate
Okay.
New York,
Right.
Pennsylvania. There's a lot of places
Germany.
where they don't.
Right.
Wei
Yeah.
Zhongzhen.
right.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen,
They're not going to get the coronavirus.
no, it started in the camps. I don't know if you knew that.
Really?
No,
Well,
It's just-
yeah,
it's
not
just
the
coming out
summer
now.
camps in the Borscht Belt. The
right, a different type of camp.
the camps where people were duped,
Right.
Right.
and had to
So it
wear
wasn't
striped
eating bats.
pajamas.
That was
Yeah.
one that they didn't want to go to. That was their parents said you got to go to that camp, and they cried and said no. I'd like
I
to
don't
stay.
want to go away.
Yeah.
And then they're on a train,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh my God, why am I sharing with all these people? I feel bad about my body.
Yeah.
And then, what's this ditch for? Like there was just so many questions during the time. And
It wasn't a fun summer like where Dirty Dancing happened.
No. Yeah. So, and why are they taking my teeth? What's happening?
That's not
You
a
know?
good summer when somebody takes your teeth.
No, unless they're rotten.
Right.
Now
Like
you have a special coming out?
I I had a special coming out called "I'm a Kike and the Virus is My Fault,"
Wei Zhongzhen.
Right, I saw
but
that.
I didn't name it that.
Yeah.
Because
It's
of,
too vanilla.
like
'Cause
everyone's
Bill Burr-
so
'cause Bill Burr
politically
was on it.
correct,
Yeah.
right? Well,
I
you have
think
to
a
be
few
careful
people-
with words.
Yeah, I think it's close to a few other people's titles too. You want them a little more originality, you know?
Right.
And also a little.
So I changed it to "I'm a Dyke."
Right.
I caused it's the same, Kike Dyke. It's the same kind of thing.
right.
Wei
I never
Zhongzhen.
realized I'm a Kike and a Dyke.
Yeah, you're
That's so
Jessica Van
interesting. I
Amador.
just realized that on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's a catchy name. I love it. I think that's a good
I'm a
catchy
Dyke.
name.
Yeah.
I would check out that special.
100%.
Yeah.
You would check out "I'm a Dyke."
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because Danielle, my wife, we're
Yeah.
we're not like dykes. Like, I mean, we had kids to create dykes because that's what gay people do. They have kids.
That's
to,
how that works.
yeah, because
Oh.
when people say that, like the religious right, it's true. The only
Yeah.
reason why gay people have kids is to create more gay
Right.
people.
Right.
So you want so you think your kids are going to be
I want
gay?
them to be dykes, like, give me milk, mama. Like, not
Right.
like us. We want
Right.
them to be like
Right.
builders or fucking,
Right. Okay.
build a car, whatever. So we want them to picket and march a lot. And
Right.
we name them all Hillary. So,
Sure.
Is this might be the most educational podcast we've ever done. Usually we do comedy first, but this one is all information
I like
that
this.
people can use.
Right.
real
And that's what I
info.
like about this.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Someone said to me, like, doesn't matter if you wear a mask or gloves. So I want to put that out to people. Someone told
Right.
me to wear a strap on. So that's what I've been wearing
yeah.
for the past 3 days. I have a huge strap on, black.
the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, an enormous black with one testicle strap
Yeah.
on.
That's really how you keep the virus away. Strap on.
yeah, you just fuck it. You just fuck the virus
Fuck it
away.
away.
So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just anytime you see the virus in the air.
Yeah,
Just
I
walk
was
around
saying
thrusting
before,
in the air.
Yeah, that's
feel
what I
like
do. I thrust into the air and people are looking at me weird and I'm like, at least I'm out.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out.
I don't have it,
Is that
Yeah.
because the virus just is homophobic, doesn't like dicks, it doesn't want to be touched by a dick? It
Well,
kinda
I
is
definitely
running
think
away.
that the virus is homophobic
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
Again, it started during the Holocaust and gay people were killed then too. I mean, if you really think about it, it's
Right.
all, everything makes sense.
Right. Well, that's the science on it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I started like fucking other things too, like doorknobs, and I just am going a little crazy with the strap on, so I have to kind of,
Yeah. You got it.
that was. I don't know if everyone knew that Chris.
Oh yeah, that's another
Yeah,
guy.
they're so weak.
They sound like they're
That was
underwater.
one. The
Yeah,
second
I know.
part,
Yeah.
They're wet and
They're
like
weird.
trapped.
and the way my asshole, the way it just came out, it hit the back of my balls. The back of my nutsack just went.
Yeah.
There was like a little ripple on the
Shoosh,
back,
what is it,
back
have
of
a-
my
does it
testicles.
have
Like
a
the wind
curtain?
hit the back of
What?
my nuts. Yeah, it was very
the
strange.
wind from the ball from
from my asshole. I also think I have a wart close to my ass, so it's changing the trajectory.
So you mean like it hits
whistles.
it and then it
Yeah.
like it comes out and I was like, like it just.
It's like when someone with a gap in their teeth whistles.
Yeah, I
It
think
has just
I-
a little music to it.
I have a wart.
Do you
close to
really
the
think
hole.
you have a wart near your asshole?
No, I
that's
don't think
extreme.
I have a wart. I think it's a skin tag, but
Near your asshole?
it's on my ass cheek.
Yeah.
I mooned somebody the other day on a podcast on Fighter and the Kid, and somebody said, "Hey, you got a skin tag on your ass." So I have a dermatologist friend.
What
that,
are you, a 9-year-old Jew?
That I sent pictures to. Yeah, I know. I get all types of stuff. I want to marry Veneti, and I just talk about this stuff on
Yeah,
the
and
podcast.
farts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's-
Oh God!
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you hitting on her?
No. because
Okay,
it's
but
a
the
professional
but the
workspace.
farting and the skin
I do
tag
all
is
that. I
not
say I
going to
have
make
chlamydia
anyone
and
want to be.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
say
not.
all that. So I try to do that thing where I say all these disgusting things about myself that aren't true.
Yeah.
I understand that.
yeah.
And hopefully she does. But the problem working Gets Me Veneti is that she wants a Greek guy. So I'm not
boy.
Greek.
I'm taken. Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
am.
Yeah.
I'm
and
Greek.
I'm married to a
Greek.
Jew.
Yeah, I've had sex with goats and stuff, but I'm not.
Have
Greek.
you real? I was fucked by a goat, and
Interesting.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
very aggressive.
Have you ever? What's the weirdest thing you've ever stuck inside your body? Like
I
stuck
stuck
a
a
G.I. Joe in my
Beyond
baseball
a
bat
doorknob,
in
yeah.
someone else.
You stuck a baseball?
Yeah, I fucked a woman with a baseball bat.
Oh, a baseball bat. I think
Yeah.
you said a baseball. Oh my god! Just shoving
With a mitt.
I think the baseball is less would
put
be
a
less
baseball
shocking than a
cleat inside a
baseball
woman's
bat.
pussy.
I put a base. An umpire mask. I put in my ex.
So wait, so you said you just booked a cruise?
I love that you went
Wait
from
a
me
second.
fucking
Yeah, we're
someone
going to
with a
leave that
baseball
one
bat
along. She
to a
fucked someone
cruise.
in a baseball bat. I'm not curious about the cruise at all. I want to
Who
know.
cares about the
I
cruise?
want to know if this
I just
person
said I
lived.
fucked someone with it. Of course.
They lived?
Yeah.
No splinter? Not one splinter?
Well, it was like, when you get cotton candy and it goes on that stick, like that cardboard thing.
Yeah.
I kind of just carried her around for a while with it. But yeah, no, it came it came right out. She was pretty wide open.
Nice.
We had been dating for a while.
Right.
And I have a big fist.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So you on a cruise?
I went for a master's degree at NYU.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I am going to go on a cruise because I want to be away from my family for weeks. So I'm hoping I get stuck on the cruise ship.
I want
I'll
to go
just
to
bring a lot of
cruises.
snacks.
I want to go on a cruise and bug chase for the coronavirus. That's
You know
the
what
way
bug
you
chasing
really
is,
chase
Jessica?
for it.
No.
Yeah.
So what bug chasing is, and now it's going to open up to people with the coronavirus, I would imagine. But in the gay community in the 80s and 90s, or even still to this day, if somebody has AIDS or HIV and you don't have it, and you know that they have it, and you have sex with them with no condom and fucked them in the ass, they call it chasing
this.
the bug. Bug
Yeah, I
chasing. So I
remember
think it's going
that.
to start to be with coronavirus. If I say I have corona, you can fuck them in the ass, and then you're a bug chaser.
Right, but people who normally would get HIV would be the bottom, the one getting plowed in the ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The person giving it has had a much less chance, has much less of a chance of getting it.
'Cause I heard
yeah,
that
my
crystal-
Chinese friend told me that.
Oh,
Right.
totally that.
Wei
Yeah.
Zhongzhen.
She's a barrel of information. This
She
girl.
is. Well,
Yeah.
she's stuck in a village. She's been
Right.
quarantined for months.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's not even supposed to be talking to me.
Right. All
You
she
know.
can do is really Skype with you, and that's it, right?
Well, she can also steam clothes and give pedicures. But I mean,
Yeah,
it's
because-
really.
Yeah.
Wei
Yeah.
Zhongzhen.
I know, because people are like, oh, with the Chinese, like I feel so fucking actually terrible because I'm like the racism on that with like Chinese people, and then like people are like, we need to deport the Chinese. I'm like, deport the Chinese, then where are we going to put our cans? Who's going to take our cans?
Right.
Wei Zhongzhen.
That leaves a big void in the marketplace. Yeah. They need to be attended to.
Take our cans. It's so insane.
It's true, though. He makes a good point. This is a very knowledgeable episode. I mean, even Mike is signing. He makes a very good point.
They carry so many
Can't.
They
I
do.
never, you can't even see the person in New York when
So
they're
many
covered.
kids.
Have you ever seen like a 90-year-old woman carrying two like an ant?
I can't. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't
Yeah.
get out of bed.
Mike, have you been pressing the Wei Shun button?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we need to edit. We need a lot of Wei Shun
yeah.
Okay. So we know to listen back to Wei Shun the shit out of this thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the cans.
The cans. Yeah, that's what, I like to set it up like I'm going to say something nice.
I know. That was amazing. I expected you to say, like, we can't deport them.
Listen, we're
They're
going to put our
needed.
cans.
Who's going to get rid of it?
I have so many of aluminum cans. I drink so much Sprite.
I love Sprite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
well,
too.
they're not going to get deported. I mean, the
can you
Mexicans
do?
were supposed to be
I
kicked
know.
out and not coming. I mean, there's so much going on.
What do you think's going to happen? You think we're in this for the long haul for months and months and months with the coronavirus?
Oh my God, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to think. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
So I don't like
If
that.
you don't know, that's scary.
Because you're an
I'm
expert.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is being contained if everyone's not home
Right.
being quarantined. I don't
Right.
understand because people already have it.
Right.
There's plenty of
So-
people that have it right now, but they're just not tested for it.
And they
yet.
say you could have it and pass it to somebody else without showing symptoms for a little while.
Or
So-
I heard you can never show symptoms. I don't know
some
if that's
people-
true.
Yeah, some
you could
people
just
don't
have
just-
it.
and just have it, and,
And
it transmit it to other people, but their immune systems are just superior.
maybe it'll just be
Yeah.
like HPV, where everybody just gets it.
Yeah,
You know, you just have it.
yeah.
We all have that?
Most have
people, yeah,
Really?
it. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
have
I know
genital
you
warts.
have it.
Yeah, I have
but-
warts.
Me.
Have you had warts genitally?
I had one wart on my shaft a few years ago, and I
That's it, just one, huh?
I tried to. They
That's
tried to
odd.
burn it off. They wouldn't burn it off. Yeah, they tried to burn it off, and then all these old wives' tales to put vinegar on it and this and that. But then I just had an aunt come up, and she just took it off with tweezers.
Are you joking with what you just said?
With my aunt?
Did an ant really take the wart off your
No,
penis?
and one of my aunts, she didn't take it off. An aunt told me about the tweezers, and then I took it off.
You took tweezers and cut a wart off of your penis.
Yep, after a while, because they couldn't freeze it off. They tried to freeze it off, but it just wouldn't come off.
It's good to know because I have an enormous scab on my pussy.
Right.
So I don't think a tweezer would help, but like
an ant could be helpful in that situation.
Yes. Can I talk to her?
Yeah. And once in a while,
she
I
can tell
get
me
one
what
that
kind of tool to use.
Sometimes I get a wart or two on my scrotum, but they've been less and less frequent.
Giannis, do you ever experience any of this stuff? Or
No, I generally stay away from the toxic kind of bacteria pool that Chrissy exposes himself to.
Yeah, like have you ever had anything like that?
No, I'm a monogamy type of guy. Part of the reason is
we've talked about that.
Yeah, I like to. I'm a little scared of the pandemics.
Right.
Chrissy dives right into it like it's a pool. He puts on a bathing suit and he hops right in.
I know that.
Yeah,
I'm Chrissy coronavirus.
Yeah.
Chrissy
Chrissy Corona.
That's what I'm opening. I'm being asked to brought on stage. Is I'm from Chrissy coronavirus.
I think if Chrissy got the coronavirus would show up in his system and it would be already too crowded with other viruses. And
right.
He'd just
it would
leave.
be like, I'm out of here.
There's all these rooms. There's no rooms available.
Yeah.
Chlamydia has taken up all the space.
Yeah.
I can't deal with when you get chlamydia. I really. Have you ever had syphilis?
No, never. The only one I've ever gotten was chlamydia. It's very old school.
But you've had it twice.
I've had it twice, which allegedly, apparently, is not that much. There's other men who have admitted that they've gotten it 4, 5, 6 times.
There's
but I've gotten
one
it twice.
other man. He did it on our podcast.
Yeah,
and he's dead.
he's dead. Yeah,
he's dead to Venetia. That's for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She was not a fan of that.
I had I got what's it called? The bug.
Scabies?
Not You know how hard I've laughed from him farting in the comedy club.
Remember when I timed it on Ronnie Chang's set?
Giannis, I'm not kidding. I fell off of a chair, physically fell off of a chair because Ronnie Chang told a joke and it bombed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he, all of a sudden, we're sitting at the comics, like it was just so
timing.
perfect.
Yeah.
How long have you been holding that?
I was waiting for, because he was doing so well, and I was like, but he was like, I try a new star. So
Wei Zhongzhan.
I was waiting for him to say it.
Let's just call this episode "We're auditioning for SNL."
Yeah, let's just name this episode Wei Shot Xian.
Just call it SNL. Yeah.
It's called Jessica and Chris are going in as an improv team for an SNL
Yeah.
audition.
I tell first joke time.
Wei Zhongzhan.
Yeah, so
Poor Shane Gillis is listening to this going like, really? What the fuck?
I gave up on Saturday Night Live years ago, so fuck it.
I think, we were talking about this before. I think that with all the outrage culture and PC stuff, that like 10 years from now, there are going to be people on SNL and shows like that have said wild stuff on podcasts, because it's just, after a while, it's just
Of course.
there's so much funnier. You're so much funnier. We could just say whatever you want and know that it's coming from a place of love, or you're just being funny, as opposed to making them put in that stupid box. Because eventually, even a show like SNL, the ratings are going to go down so much, that the advertisers are going to say, I can't pay for this anymore.
Well, it's like the PC culture is kind of like a virus, and it's spread to so many people now that it's like we've all become immune to it. Right. And so
You
it's
know
like
what?
it doesn't have the same effect that it used to.
On the road, most people are not getting offended.
No, not at all. Not even
I
close.
was in Denver. I did 5 shows the week before in Chicago. Chicago was a little sensitive.
Yeah.
'cause it was a
Really?
city.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought that they would be opposite.
I was surprised. They were great, but there were people who were getting triggered, and I'm
But
like,
your
now you're
fans don't,
triggering
they're
me.
not censored. I feel like your fans would be people who weren't censored. Your
No,
fans are
most
like,
of them aren't.
they're hardened.
No, most of them are not. They're not like politically correct by that.
Yeah.
But like that. But sometimes they'll come and be shocked at what I say, and I'm like,
Interesting.
sometimes I'll say things and just be like, can you believe I just said that and I'm a Democrat? Like,
Yeah.
and people laugh because I'm like, it's so fucking ridiculous, the boxes you're putting people in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also not going to let anyone silence me. I've
Yeah.
been doing this 21 years.
No,
Like,
yeah.
No way.
I'm not going to fucking watch what I say now because
No.
someone else feel. I always tell people, you need, honestly, I swear I'm not even being funny. You need to go to therapy. Like,
Right.
if you have an issue with what I'm saying, it's something you need to work out
Right.
in
Yeah.
your fucking therapy session. This has nothing to do with me.
Right.
Right.
We've all gathered in this room for me to say unpredictable and horrible things.
Right.
It's a comedy club.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This isn't a fucking rally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a show recently where I told them that I was so liberal that I had abortions as a point of pride as a liberal. I was like, I had like 3 or 4 because I wanted to exercise my right.
Right.
That's
I wanted to support women that, and I told them they were Democrat and they were uncomfortable with it. And I was like, what are you guys pro-life? This was a Brooklyn room.
Right.
Let's kill some fucking babies.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, let's
Well,
laugh
I feel like
about it a little
with
bit.
at least TV people, like if you just say, yeah, I vote Democrat, or, I'm about the environment. Like, as long as you say certain things, they're like, yes, he checks out. Yes. If you'd be like, I'm gay, I have a diverse baby, they'd be like, yes, you're the one. Yes. But you could do other horrific things, but they would just be like, as long as
I
you
agree.
do those things.
And
if you could be the greatest person ever, you could be you love animals, you're the best person, but you're like, I voted for Trump. They'd be like, nope, no,
And
thank
they
you,
take
canceled.
things literally. It's
Yeah.
like I said that joke and people were looking at me going
to
like,
me all the time.
they were looking at me like I'm not pro-choice. I'm going like,
I know.
I'm like, I'm here making jokes.
No, but they're looking to be offended, and they're also they literally are very angry people, a lot of them, that are not working on their own issues. So they're like putting it on us.
Right.
I love that I'm not the typical young hot white girl, straight. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I love that I've been out for 25 years.
Right.
I have fucking 4 kids
Right.
with 2 women.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not skinny. I'm older.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, and then I say things. I feel like it helps everyone that I'm like saying,
Right.
fuck you.
Right.
I'm not going to be politically correct.
Right.
It also must be frustrating to have like a young person come up to you and tell you should watch what you say when you're like, my whole existence and who
talk
I
about
am
that on
is
stage.
fuck you to what people think I should say.
Right.
Right.
Well, I did do a show in Lower East Side, and some girls I said, "Are you okay?" 'Cause she was shaking her head at me. 20-year-old white girl, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Ugh, I just feel like seriously, like you're just so triggering." And I said, "You know what? Now I'm triggered."
Right.
I'm like, I was fine, but now you're fucking triggering me because you're triggered
Right.
because you're another woman trying to silence me. So now and I said, and wait till you have kids.
Yeah.
You'll be triggered from the second you open your eyes till the second you go to bed.
You know what's funny too is like people expect you to agree with their politics. If you say something that they don't agree with, they expect you to agree with it, and then they go home and like always there's a dad or a mom who votes the other way.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not used to. What do? You just don't talk to your parents?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people's parents are just fucking Republican and they're Democrat, and you just deal with it. You still ask them for money to pay for your rent. So that in that time you talk to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then you expect a total stranger who owes nothing to you, who's not connected to you at all, to perfectly align with every point
Sure.
that you believe. It's like, how did that expectation happen?
But also, a lot of it's extreme. I mean, let's just be honest. I'm a humanitarian. I care about people. I definitely, but like, I also have some maybe call it conservative views about certain things. Like, we're not all in one, like, we're all so complex and have
gray
different
area people.
opinions and might agree with this. Or, of course, I'm like, I'm pro-choice. I'm obviously pro-gay marriage. I'm pro this and that. But like,
not for black people.
Right,
John
right. I
Jen.
hate anyone who's not white.
You're
So
right.
there's
John
there's
Jen.
a whole
Pro-choice.
balance
Joke for
going
any
on.
asshole.
I'm pro-choice. So of course, I believe
Yeah,
in
because
women's
you've
rights.
impregnated so many
100%,
girls. You
'cause
have
I
to
like
be.
Puerto
What are you
Rican
going to say?
girls.
I'm pro-life.
So I'm pro-choice, and I'm also for the wall. So
You are
for the
I want
wall.
the wall. Yeah, I don't want those roaches getting in here.
Wei Zhongzhen.
We can't do this podcast
Are you
without a
really
Wei Zhongzhen
pro
button.
wall?
I'm not
Where's
for the wall.
Wei Zhongzhen button? I mean,
No, the wall's stupid. The wall's stupid. But I mean, I am for tighter immigration. I mean, not everyone could just come in. You know,
I have my own opinions about it too. Like, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. We're all complex. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Danielle, my wife, is a Democrat, but like, grew up in a whole family Republicans,
Oh, yeah.
cops, firemen, queens. You know her.
Oh, yeah.
You both know her. It's
Sure.
like she's not
We
so
had sex,
like
yeah.
everyone should. What'd you say?
I said we had sex.
If you were with her, you'd be monogamous. She's wild. Oh, she lets me do anal. She's such a trooper.
Great.
So,
you guys give away too much personal information.
She
on
doesn't
podcasts.
care if I say that.
She doesn't listen to your stuff.
she's never listened to
You
one
told
of
me
my
that once.
podcasts.
She's like, she doesn't even watch my shows.
She's never watched it.
Danielle, if we talk to Danielle's divorced from Jessica. Jessica just doesn't know.
She came to Montreal. We were doing the ethnic show. and,
Giannis and Danielle really connected.
Yeah,
Danielle
She's
is
great.
such a great person.
She's
yeah.
and every
cool.
time like showtime would happen, she would like yawn and be like, all right, I'll be in the hotel room.
Yeah,
And
she could care.
I
which
love
is
Danielle.
kind of better.
It is better
than her wanting to be at everything, and she doesn't get jealous, which is insane. She does not
because
get
Danielle,
jealous.
when I look at a woman like Danielle, the couple of times I met her, she just seems like a mature adult that's a mother that doesn't have time to be triggered or offended by bullshit.
She is the furthest thing from
She'll be offended by things that she should be offended by. She'll see something that's like, oh, I should be upset by that. But all this little bullshit that's for young college kids, get the fuck out of here.
Danielle is a therapist that deals with teens with addiction and behavioral problems. Right. She has been to about 20 funerals for teens who have OD'd. She could give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like when you have been around, and plus we have a child with heart disease. Like we don't, a lot of stuff is not important when you have to deal with.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to say. You're right. The real stuff.
A 20-year-old kid saying something to you that they're triggered at a comedy show is what that says to me is like you're not going through anything in your life.
That's my point.
Like that's why I say I do jokes about it.
And wait until you have to deal with real shit.
Yeah, like when you have to deal with an actual real problem. Like I've never any of the parents that I talk to at school, even the ones that are really annoying at my daughter's school, none of them are triggered. They're all like, whatever. We'll just get coffee. Let's talk about our kids. Let's talk about. We're not talking about fucking the straws. We're not talking about like what if you can say manhole cover or not. That's stuff for kids or older people with roommates still.
I have to be honest with you. When I see that manhole covers thing, I mean, I'm being serious. It's so ridiculous to me. I think it's a joke a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I actually think it's like The Onion or something. Thank you.
When you can't say it.
Like there's a joke and I'm like, is that real? That people are really getting offended by that?
Yeah, because people don't have anything left to do. They're so bored with their life. I mean, literally, I mean, it's true. I really believe, and I can never prove it, but I really believe people wanting to delay having children. It used to be a thing when if you were in your 20s, you have a kid already. Mm-hmm. Like there's a kid, somebody's a parent or you're trying or you're married or whatever. But now as we get older, it's like, now I'm in my 30s, now I'm in my 40s, now I'm in my 50s. I'm like, oh, maybe now I'll get married, maybe now I'll have kids. And then it's like that whole time when, like my mother probably would have liked to have been outraged by certain things, but she had a 3-year-old when she was 25.
I mean, that's how I feel.
So she's like, I don't have there's certain times where I'm like, oh man, I haven't watched the news in 6 months because I'm watching whatever the cartoons my daughter wants to watch. So I don't even know what's going on. And I feel like as you keep delaying that, it's just one symptom of it. But as you keep delaying that, you're like, yeah, of course now you have all these outrage and people because they're fucking bored. They're not. You're fucking bored.
I agree with you. I mean, we work so much, and when you're married or have kids, you just don't. I don't know. I don't know how people have the time to even think about this shit.
I can't read 4 hours worth of art. Like today, my day started at 6:30 in the morning. I woke up. Had to get my daughter to school by 7:30. Had an appointment at 9. This is the third podcast of the day for me. Then I'm doing my hour. Then I'm doing the Comedy Central show. And then my show's done at 11.
I am the same.
And then I got to wake up tomorrow and get my kid to school at 7:30 again tomorrow morning. So where am I going to read the articles about being outraged, about the coronavirus, about we're all going to die, about the straws? I can't. If I didn't have a kid, it's like, yeah, I could sleep in. I have time. I have my coffee. Mm-hmm. But it's like, what do you want me to do? I'm a parent first. So it's like, I got to worry about her and then do my job. But then you have people my age or older that are sitting around commiserating, getting home at 11 o'clock from whatever full temp bullshit job they did to sit around and commiserate for 4 hours and just get mad at shit. And then all of a sudden they get on Twitter.
I mean, I have to admit, I do get much angrier when I look at Twitter or the news.
Sure,
I'm serious. I'm really okay when I'm not looking at it or thinking about it. And the second I start reading shit on either side, like I'm just like, oh fuck, now I'm in a horrible mood, filled with anxiety. Like I was okay.
That's why I like going to Tank's Good News on Instagram. I really do like going to him.
Yeah.
Because he's like, all he does, the news has a choice. They can report the good news. They can report all the people that have beaten coronavirus, but that's not selling tickets. What's selling tickets is look at these people bleeding in the streets. So it creates this thing, like, I forgot, a comedian just told me, I forgot who it was. Somebody just went to Iraq. Somebody was like literally just in Iraq and like downtown Baghdad.
Modi?
Parts, I wish he was in the war zone. Somebody, I forgot who it was. They were like downtown Baghdad and they said there's like malls there that are like people are walking around with no problems. But you look on the news, you're like, I know, it's a war zone. And it's like,
it's very scary.
Yeah. The news portrays they always go because it's it's kind of the car crash thing.
Literally that was just in my mind when he was talking.
Everyone stops to look at a car crash.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing that you just said.
Yeah, so it's like I think once you start to get more responsibility, it's like, yeah, I care. Of course I care, but it's like, what am I going to donate my mental energy to? You know, but then like even some of our peers, like I got, you know, one of our close friends, Hebert, you know, some of the things that he texts me, I'm like, guy, you're just bored. I mean, you know, I don't know what you're worried about all these things. It's like, you don't have anything to take up your time. You need something to take up your time.
Well, also, it's like my mom used to say to me, because she's a therapist.
Your mom's hot.
Thank you. Oh, God.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say about that.
It's just inappropriate, really.
It's okay. You can say it. She would love to hear that from you.
I DM'd it to her.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
She's.
It doesn't stop.
Oh my God, you have to edit that out.
That's a teenager to me.
Your mom's that age?
Yeah.
She's
hot.
Yeah,
got
she's gorgeous.
Nice bags. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's
a
just
great
not
pussy.
right. Your sister's a piece, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I DM'd your sister
my
a lot.
sister
Yeah.
wanted to
but
get
she
with
picked Jared
him.
Freed.
Yeah. He probably did it.
No, you're talking about Jennifer, my older. No, he didn't.
Oh, he did it?
Oh.
Jennifer, the older one, was the one you were messaging with, who has
Yeah,
a
I
boyfriend
loved her.
now. Yeah,
Oh, she has a boyfriend now?
She has the best sense of humor, and she's gorgeous.
What's her boyfriend?
Yeah.
Is he?
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. You would love him. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was. Yeah. I love your sister.
Yeah,
And is he Jewish? Her boyfriend?
half.
Okay.
So he's half chosen.
He's half chosen.
Yeah.
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 To be hated.
Yeah.
Wei
I love
Zhongzhen.
that word chosen.
No,
it's
we
like
can't
for
edit
what
that
the
out, too,
gas
sorry.
chamber.
I know. Yeah, you guys, I mean, it just always comes back around.
Everything. I mean,
It's funny that we did that at the beginning because at some point someone's going to go, you know where this really came from.
well, I said that because it started with the Orthodox people at the wedding in New York. You know that? And then the guy's son went to yeshiva and they had to close down yeshiva. I said, now we're going to be blamed for the
yeah, it
coronavirus.
come back around.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I keep talking because I got on my group chat with my friends, like, you know, my firefighter friends. And one of them sent a text. I was like, wait, what?
Danielle's, her brothers are firefighters?
Both brothers were cops and are now firefighters, and her dad was a state trooper, and her mom is a Tupperware saleswoman.
That's
I mean, she
hilarious.
was for years.
Yeah.
It's opposite of what I grew up with.
Yeah.
He goes,
We could not be from different situations.
Do you have you have dinner with them?
Yeah, I mean, like,
How
so
much
Bonnie
pro-Trump-
McFarlane and I, Bonnie came to me and said, your life is so amazing because you have 2 baby mamas, you have all these kids, you're keeping the family, like, you have to manage everything. She said, let's pitch a show about your
seriously.
life. And we did, and we got a deal at NBC Peacock, and it's all about my situation because it's like we live in suburbia in Long Island, and I deal with the same things either one of you would with 2 women,
with
all these kids.
it's a
They're
show
all
I'd
girls.
watch.
What?
It's a show I'd watch.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
watch
very
that.
interesting.
Look, this is the group chat, you know, of my like conservative firefighter friends. They're one of them canceled a wedding and they're talking about a spin class. And the guy's like, yeah, I'm not
A
sure.
spin class?
Yeah, one of them owns a spin studio. And he goes, listen, I'm not going to go. I don't think it's safe right now. I got the spin studio. It goes, they're going to eventually shut everything down like in Westchester. And then one of my other friends goes, you realize that's where pretty much every case is, right? They're all in Westchester because some Jew lawyer came back and infected everyone.
Yeah.
Wei
That's what it is.
Zhongzhen.
And he spelled it J-O-O.
Yeah. And So, and you know
What
that.
a fucking idiot.
Yeah, what an idiot. And that,
And you know that text came with this accent right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's some Jew's fault. Some
Yeah.
fucking Jew.
I always just put the thumbs up every time he sends a text. Like just go like
I
that.
mean, what the fucking problem is, these fucking Jews. That's what.
Right,
we're
Jessica Kirson said you're jealous.
Yeah, I'm only friends with him. I'm only friends with him because of the text.
And
it's
because
just the funniest text messages.
I thought you told me it was because you guys share the same worldview.
We do, yeah, that too.
Right.
That
Two
too.
reasons.
2 reasons, yeah. Patty Flyboat, do you want to talk about women's suffrage or fuck that?
I mean,
I mean, it's the 19th Amendment. I mean, fuck it, whatever. They got the
I
right
think
to
it
vote.
would be
Fucking
hilarious
great.
if we do all of Women's Month and we just never touch on any of the topics we did.
Yeah.
Because what was it when we had the
Yeah,
woman who
you
invented the bra and Chris goes, this is a snooze fest.
Yeah, this episode was a snoozer.
It was a snoozer.
Yeah, no, well, actually, I mean,
We can talk about periods. I mean,
You
we
wanna
can
talk about periods?
Yeah. Sure.
when I was a kid, I used to dress like a woman. I
Did
told
you
that.
really?
My
I
cousin,
still do for money. To keep my career afloat, I still do.
Afloat.
afloat. Yeah,
The only way I can get work now is if I wear a skirt.
yeah.
So.
Do you hear a lot of pro-Trump shit from her brothers at the dinner table? Like
I think they know not to talk about Trump around, like politics, because I don't want to get into conversations about politics.
Right.
It drives me fucking crazy.
Right.
Also with people who don't really know what they're talking. I mean, first of all, I'm not as educated as a lot of people, so I shouldn't even be in the conversation. And then when you hear dumb shit from other people, it's like, why are we even talking about this?
Yeah.
Neither one of us knows enough to have this conversation.
Yeah.
But they're definitely Republicans, and listen, they were cops in really bad areas, and
That
they're
did good things
firemen,
for
and they
people,
deal
probably.
with. I mean, this is a horrible story, but the 10-year-old girl that was run over by a bus a week ago with her brother. Her brother, I think his foot was broke. He broke his foot, but she
shit.
died.
I didn't hear about it.
Danielle's brother Chris did a CPR on her.
Oh my God.
I mean, you can't be around that kind of shit and not be traumatized and tough.
Right. You got to be tough.
I can't. I feel like, you look at them and they're constantly dealing with trauma. I mean, he couldn't save the girl's life.
Right.
It was horrible.
Right.
And he called crying. It's horrible.
Of course.
So you're just not, when you go through shit like that, you're not like straws.
Right.
Straws are really bad for
Well, I
turtle.
think that's what pushes people to go to the right, because they're like,
That's my point.
That's the snowflake term
That's
where
my
they're
point.
like, you guys aren't going through anything we are. So it's not even like that they want to go to the right. They're pushed there,
I have said that to people. I said, you're so liberal that you're literally making people want to attend a rally.
It's happened a lot.
I know, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's happening real lot.
I feel like it's happening a lot in New York.
I think
and
it's
Jersey and
I think it's happening in the traditional
over.
liberal
Yeah.
strongholds. I mean, if you look at the elections are like a backlash against that, which is equally as unfortunate. It's extremely the other way.
I know.
Australia. I mean, how much evidence do you need that rhetoric is not working? Doesn't work. It doesn't resonate with ordinary people.
It's not.
Ordinary
It's not
people aren't
working.
going like, you know what? Yeah, let's talk about these straws, and we got to figure out this third bathroom. It's like that's not the top of the list for most
that's
people.
been very frustrating for me, all that, because it's really, there's so many other things that need to be talked about and dealt with, and it's frustrating.
Well, look, I mean, even I know so many people that will say, I don't like Trump. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. And then you say, who will you vote for in November? They say, well, I'm going to vote Republican, but I don't like Trump. So it's like, that's how crazy, that's how wild the left is, where people are like, I don't want to even, I'm telling you, I hate the guy we have, but I'm still going to vote for him because I've been pushed all the way that way. So
even if the things they're talking about are like morally right, it's like they're making the mistake of thinking that most people care about that, because they don't.
I know. See, I think that's what's hard for us, because we're so aware as comics.
Right.
We are aware. Like when I walk into a room, I'm aware of what's going on in the room. I'm aware of what people are thinking.
Sure.
I can literally look at people and be like, this person is this person's, just from doing it for so long. And so many people are out of touch.
Yeah.
They think everyone is like, they think like a lot of people here think that everyone accepts gay people or everyone accepts Jews. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
Right.
Right.
You're a fucking idiot.
Or
like
they think Trump supporters are all stupid. It was like
Yeah.
they're just all from Long Island.
Yeah.
I live there.
Yeah, I was driving home to my in-laws' house, and like there's a doctor two houses down. He's a doctor. He's like a surgeon, and both his kids are doctors. They're not stupid people. He had a fucking Trump flag like hanging off. First of all, it's like, what are you doing? Like, the only people going to see that are your three neighbors who live in your gated community.
Well, I think it's about saying a fuck you to people. I do think a lot of people
But it's in a
have
Trump
that
neighborhood.
sign. Right, but I think they have that sign saying like,
Right.
fuck you, I can feel and think whatever I want, and this is putting my finger up to you.
Right.
It's still pretty stupid. You just want to knock
Can
on
we
the
just
door.
discuss that, honestly, every Trump sticker in Long Island is on a big truck that is fucking tinted windows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's like, that cuts you off.
Yeah.
And it's the same person every time.
Every single time.
It is.
If they had their way and like they could put the voting booths where they wanted, it would be in a sushi restaurant with purple neon lighting. That's where they would fucking show up to vote, and there would be music the whole time, and it'd be fucking unlimited sushi. That's a Long Island.
On Long
fucking
Island?
voting.
Unlimited sushi?
They love fucking. You ever went to a buffet, a brunch buffet in fucking Long Island?
Buffet.
Yeah, buffet.
Cause you haven't dated a girl from the island in a
No,
long time.
those guys don't really eat sushi because the Japanese food's fucking enemy food.
Bro, they fucking love sushi. No, that's
Enemy
just you because
food.
you're twisted.
No.
Italian kids, that's a fancy night out if you're from Merrick.
No,
That's
not
a-
sushi. You got to put in like a pizzeria or a bar,
No,
Shamrocks.
they gang
or in the
rape
park-
Shumai.
Dude,
The parking lot of a fucking church.
No, guy, they fucking when you go to a sushi restaurant in Long Island, it's the interior design is that of a nightclub. It's a fucking nightclub.
Yeah.
There's music, there's neon. It looks like the underneath of like a Puerto Rican Honda, like what they did to it. It's like fucking neon lights
Puerto Rican Honda.
up top. They fucking love sushi.
I love when you talk like that,
Yeah,
Yana.
I figure like our characters are probably like your Daniel's brothers, kind of.
They're like, how you doing?
Yeah,
like they bust on you.
Yeah.
They knew right away not to do that. With the second one, nice to show up, nice shoes, nice shirt. I'm like, this is not gonna work with me.
Right.
And then they one time her sister-in-law had drank too much, and she came up to me at an event, and she goes, Happy Yom Kippur. I'm like, it's not a happy. It's not a celebration, huh?
Yeah. And they said it wrong. Happy Yom Kippur or whatever. And they threw
Happy Yom Kippur.
Then they hit you with a Knish.
You know what I love about Jewish
Then they
holidays?
branded me with numbers.
Shaved your head.
Now you know why comedians just can't be in places of employment.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be.
I
I
don't
don't
wanna
want to be anywhere but where I am, and I don't. And the more people tell me what I can and can't say, the worse it's getting.
Yeah.
Like I have said things lately where I'm like, "Holy shit." I'm a parent. I am educated. I cannot believe I just.
Well, I'm Jessica, I got to be honest with you. Every week, my mother calls me and says, "How do you live with yourself?" After saying what you just said on that podcast, what is your daughter going to think when she's old enough to hear? And I'm like, I'll deal with that when she gets older. Because right now, I'm just having fun in the moment.
You're like, I'll deal with that when she's in the mental institution.
Yeah, when she's in prison. When she's in prison, I'll talk to her.
When she's in prison, when she's locked up,
But you
I'll
say the
visit
same
her.
thing,
I'll
though.
have
You're
this
saying
talk
you
through
get-
glass.
I can't not say things because of my kid. I have a 13-year-old who listens to my podcast, and she's like, "Mama, I didn't know that you used to do cocaine."
Mama, I didn't know you fucked a girl with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
She's heard the.
She knows. She has the bat framed.
I mean, you know,
Mama,
I don't
did you
hold
really
back
just
on my
masturbate
podcast.
on a doorknob?
yeah.
Yes, I did, sweetheart.
Mama, you put peanut butter on your vagina when you had a dog?
See, Mama's a little different. That's why she stands on stage and makes chuckles for people.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where
Don't worry,
comedians-
honey.
Our kids are just going to have to deal with this shit.
deal with
What are we going to do? And I
What do you want
thought
me
of
to
that.
do?
I'm like, look at all these other comics who have kids. And
Yeah.
you can't, I don't know what else to do. I can't hold back from what I need to say because of my kids.
No, they're gonna love it.
I won't have a fucking career either.
Right.
Am I talking about rainbows and
Yeah,
unicorns?
it's like, well, I got to fucking make money for you, you know? Your mom's
And this
taking
is-
half of it.
Your mom's taking.
What do you want me to do, baby?
Your mom's taking what she thinks is half.
Yeah, your mother, your grandfather. Yeah.
Your mom's taking an eighth of it. What am I-
Yeah.
because she can't even fathom the amount that there is.
What do you want me to do? Yeah. Who else is going to fucking put you through
I
Boricua
just hope
Community
none of my
College?
kids ends up fat, but I don't think they will because I'm not around
I just don't
enough.
want my kids to, yeah.
Yeah.
If I were around them more, they would all be obese. But
You're
I
saying
think
you want your kids to be
Danielle's
fat or
around them.
don't?
I don't want them
Or
to be
don't,
fat. I want them to be straight and thin.
Yeah.
And white.
And what? Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
I
not
know.
Jewish either, which is a shame.
Right.
They're not.
They probably
right.
have an easier life.
Oh, because Danielle, you're only.
I mean, is there anyone funnier than Jessica Kirson?
Oh, please! You've had so many funny people.
No,
you're
here.
great.
You're one of my
Giannis.
But
top
wait, what's
favorites.
the rule? It has to. It's only Jewish if it comes.
Yeah,
the
this
mother's
is the best
mother's
thing.
hole has
So
to be Jew.
Danielle's
Yeah, the
hole.
whole
You have to come out of the Jew hole.
Danielle's hole.
The Jew hole. It's got to have your hole. Your hole's got to have a star on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if it comes out of a Jewish star hole,
Yeah, it is.
you're
Israel,
Jewish.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a flag, Israeli. Yeah,
The Israel. It comes as the Israeli flag.
So- yeah.
Now, are the boys born with yarmulkes on?
Yep. That's science too. That's
I wear a yarmulke
Did you know
sometimes.
that when Jewish kids are born, they don't cry? They go, ah,
oh my
It's
God.
freezing.
Sometimes I like
Mom,
to.
it's freezing. I want to go inside again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
like to walk around. I go outside with a yarmulke on and lets people know that I am circumcised and I hate Muslims.
That's the.
Wei Zhongzhen.
That's your uniform.
Wei Zhongzhen.
Can we really do this without
So-
that button? I mean, it's really, those statements are just hanging in the air right now. There we go. That's good.
Well,
yeah.
Mike, we'll post them in after, right? Is Mike
Yeah.
awake? Okay.
We have a button called Wei Zhongzhen, which kind of clears the air. It just means we're joking.
oh,
we're
that's
joking.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
We have to have about 680
Oh,
of them.
yeah.
So
That's why the other
We
day.
need an AK-47 to just
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
pump them in. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Danielle's hole is Catholic, so it's
Okay.
can't. So when my parents are like, we want your all four of your daughter's holes to be Jewish. I'm like, their holes can't be Jewish because Danielle's hole is Catholic. So they came out of a Goyim hole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They
Right,
came out.
right.
Ham came out.
What about your
Gil-
ex? Was she?
So Shari's Jewish.
Okay, so your one
And the
daughter's.
oh, this is so great. But Shari got remarried to a Catholic woman, and then Zoe became Catholic.
Got it. Okay.
It's all very confusing.
Yeah.
All my kids are, they're all pretty much. They're not going to be Jewish kids.
right.
I mean, they may decide that later
Right.
on,
Right.
when they see how much money my family has. But now they don't know.
Right.
I mean, Zoe's seeing it kind of.
Yeah.
She's 13.
Right. You know what
But
I love
yeah.
about Jewish holidays?
What?
They're like it's because I grew up around Jews. And Jew holidays are kind of like they're honest. They're like, what are we celebrating? We're like, there's something really bad happened.
Oh, yeah, it's always something
Yeah,
bad.
and we're sitting here and we're thinking about it. That's
Yeah.
a Jewish holiday. Like we're gathering around and we're thinking about the bad thing that happened.
right.
And you're going like, this is
And we're
not
reading
quite
prayers
a
or
party.
singing about it, and
Yeah.
it's really just depressing, and the food is very salty. And
And
yeah,
you're going
there's
like, what? So tell me the history of this holiday. You're like, well, there was
death.
100 Jews that were holed up on a hill, and then the Romans
Famine.
came and put them on fire and stuck bugs in their eyes. And we invite the family over and we think about it.
And we think about it. Here's some pork.
Well, going to temple was more of a fashion show and what kind of car everyone had. I mean,
Right.
I went to temple in Jersey where it was people were wealthy.
Sure.
And it was like, oh my God, look what Shari Stein is wearing. Like it was
Yeah.
more that than it was like, oh, I'm so happy to be here to be celebrating the new year. And it's not like that. I mean, but I wasn't brought up religious.
Right.
I grew
So-
up with my friends where, they weren't religious. They learned Hebrew just for the paycheck on the bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
That's what I
learned.
did.
Yeah, I tried
I
to
did.
learn it too, just because I was like, you guys got 14 grand.
Yeah.
I was like, Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Good for you.
I think I would
That's
only
good,
go.
Giannis.
I would only go to a temple if Ari Shafir was the rabbi. I think his words are nice.
Yeah. He brings people together. That's what I like about him.
Yeah.
He's a
He
unifier.
does.
Yeah.
He does. I mean, he does it naked,
Yeah.
but it's still powerful.
He's really brought the black and white community together recently.
In a
he
big way.
really
Through his comedy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he has supported.
Yeah.
He has supported
Twitter is-
travel,
yeah.
all
Right.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he set up some charities for some recently deceased people. I mean, he's really he's out there.
yeah.
He's out there bringing people together.
He's doing well.
He's doing his
now
I'm
part.
you
hoping
had to get your
have that
gallbladder
career.
removed on a cruise ship. What was that
How
like?
the fuck did you know that?
We got notes, babe.
fuck did you?
Because you FaceTimed me from the.
I did.
No. You remember you told me somebody.
It was horrible.
Because you were in Alaska or something
Well,
like
I
that.
was on a cruise with all gay men, so it was very dramatic. I
Right.
mean, I had already performed in Gay Men Love female comics, and then I'm being sorry. There's an ambulance in the background.
Sorry. Yeah. Jessica's mentioning gay men. So
His room's it's not soundproof.
we had to call the troops.
big hole.
Yes. It's raining men. So what happened? You just had intense pain in the middle of the ocean?
Horrible.
On the
I
right
know it's
side.
like a huge fear for him. It would be really.
Oh, on a
I
cruise
have
ship, yeah.
never. First of all, I never had surgery. I mean, I'm not kidding. I was like, and
Not-
for me to go to a doctor on a cruise ship meant that I was in excruciating
What
pain.
did you have to perform that night?
I had performed, and then that night I'm in my room.
Out
and
of
I'm
nowhere,
like, is
then.
this the 70 pounds of bacon, or am I dying?
Right.
So I just had this horrible pain, like excruciating. I couldn't even walk.
Really?
And I went down to the hospital, it's so crazy, on this huge cruise ship in the middle of Alaska.
And you're in the
they-
middle of the ocean at
the
this
middle of
point.
the ocean.
Was the doctors the same people working the buffet?
Yeah.
Just put on a different hat.
Was it the Filipino? Was like, what the-
Washy?
My,
So where does it hurt in your stomach?
man, give me my pants. And they just had their little, Filipinos have such little hands. They just knew they could get their hand in that tissue.
Wei Zhongzhen.
I have gallbladder. I take it out now.
Wei
And then they put it
Zhongzhen.
in the buffet.
What's the hospital like down there?
Yeah.
You use for room service.
Yeah, they put it in the Benihana. We have gallbladder.
It's very.
I didn't even know there was
hibachi.
a hospital on the ship.
Wei Zhongzhen.
That's a bunch.
One of those fat fucks on the cruise probably would eat it too. Oh, it's fresh gallbladder.
One of those fat
Fucks. Those fat fucking sea urchin fucking disgusting people. Let's get all the fat fucks on a cruise ship and give them. I can't wait to go on your cruise.
What kind of activities do you want to do? I just want to go buffet all day long.
Oh, what they must
So
smell.
I was like, oh, I'm in pain. And they put me on IV. I was yellow. They called Danielle.
Oh, that's
they
a
had her
problem.
as an emergency contact.
You
and they're
and you
like,
really
your
looked
wife
yellow.
is... Yeah, they said I'm starting to get, I almost just said gangrene. What
Yeah.
is it when you start turning yellow?
Bile from your
Right, but
liver
it's
starts to come out.
Jaundice,
yeah.
right? They said that. And I had a fever. It was bad.
Right.
I had to get it out immediately. So I got off on an island.
They like
It's called Sitka.
The cruise docked for you.
They docked anyway the next morning.
So
Do you have to fart when I'm talking about a near-death
it's really-
experience?
No.
And that one did not. That could have waited.
That was one of those. It snuck out. Yeah, that
No,
one,
you
No,
pushed
you
it.
let
You
it
pushed
out.
it. No, you
It
pushed
did
it.
I
not
think I have
sneak.
two assholes. I think I blew a second asshole
That was
out
your
years
skin
ago.
tag that just
Yeah, my
farted.
skin tag. Maybe it blew off. Okay, so what?
Something just hit me in the eye. So anyway,
You got a shit particle in the right eye?
No, my
So-
skin tag blew off my ass.
Oh, it got rid of the eye.
his
Yeah.
skin
So how
tag
long
is in
are
my eye?
Were they able? Did they have morphine? Were they able to control your pain? Or you spent excruciating pain
No,
for
they
hours?
gave me pain medication. They
And you
gave
went back to
heavy
your room?
duty. No, I was
You
on
were-
IV. I was on a gurney.
The whole time?
fucking thing, and it was horrible because they had to pack my fucking stuff. That was bad.
Oh my god!
Like strangers had to go in my room. I didn't leave it in any kind of shape for strangers.
Like they just had to pack it up.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Of course.
That's
Yeah, because you don't. You when you shit, you just leave it. You just leave it
well.
floating.
I had shit in my underwear all over. I had like
I
7
shit in
pairs.
my suitcase sometimes just for fun.
Did they pull it out? They got it out?
So I
what
had
happened?
to get
Yeah.
off. I had to go on an ambulance, and gay men are they were so dramatic. They were all on their balconies, like Jessica Kirson's dead. Like it was so dramatic, and I was just going into this ambulance. I'll never forget. They were all standing out there, freaking out because no one knew what was happening.
But that was it going? Was it scheduled to dock at that island anyway?
At Sitka, which is a tiny island in.
The Aleutian Islands or something?
And there's literally one little tiny emergency room. I had never even been in an ambulance. Can you believe that?
Wow.
And there was like 3 beds in the emergency room. And then there was one surgeon there. And the guy, this is so funny. You'll love this. The guy was in the army. So they go for 3 months to a certain hospital and then travel, go to another hospital. But I was like, I'm not going to let this fucker just operate on me and take this. So I called my cousin Bernie, who's a urologist. It's so Jewish.
I need a urologist.
But we call what?
I need a urologist
He's the
for
best.
my chlamydia.
He's Howard Stern's he's huge.
Really?
But we call him for everything. I mean, this poor guy gets 20 calls a day from my family. But I said, can you talk to him? Because I'm not going to go be put under. I've never been put under. Can you imagine? I'm by myself on an island.
In the middle of fucking Alaska.
Yeah. And then my family's freaking out because by the time they would get there, it would have been days later. It was not easy to get to.
Right.
So Bernie spoke to him and said, Jessica, he's done a million of this is like the most basic surgery. So many people have had it, whatever. So I had him. I was so scared.
And
I was hysterically crying.
They knew that it was your gallbladder.
Yeah.
Even the Filipino doctors knew.
Wei Zhongzhen.
They knew.
They weren't Filipino. They were like Swedish or something.
On the cruise ship?
Yeah, they were women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Such a New York move to be
I
like,
know.
I know a doctor. Let me talk to this
I knew.
doctor.
That's why I said.
I want to find
knew
out
you were
what
gonna,
hospital he's affiliated with. Is he a Cornell affiliated? Yeah,
I would
NYU?
never. There's no. I mean, he said, and the guy understood. I said, "I'm sorry. I have to have you talk to
Was
my
the
cousin."
doctor himself? Was he like?
He was like
Swedish?
a
He was like,
very established older.
Yeah, and you were like, "Listen, you fuck."
Well, yeah, I remember laying there, and the guy was standing right there, and I called Bernie and put him on the phone with him.
And then you woke up and then once it was out, you were fine.
right?
No more
but
no more pain.
there was an option to fly to Seattle and have it done, and a medevac, and I like whatever the fuck that thing's called, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
You were
I
like,
just want
I
it
need
out.
it out
If it's
right now.
okay and he's okay, I'm going
And
to
so
get
what
it
was
out.
the and then
my
how-
dad flew to Seattle and met me there and then flew me home, but he was in a horrible mood. So I had to deal with being in a wheelchair in serious pain after surgery dealing with my dad's bad mood about being in the airport. You know, he's an intense guy.
Right.
And then
So that was like,
and then fly home from Seattle in
but he
pain.
flew me home first class, and he, you know, like thank God he took I'll
care of
never
you.
forget it. My dad made money from making nail polish, like SCOP, all the nail polish. That's what he did.
Wow.
So I'll never forget this young, like big black girl was pushing me in the wheelchair in the like in this, I don't know, this thing like in the airport, and my dad's like, yeah, well, you know what guy, you know who made that nail polish? He's talking to this girl who's probably making like $3 an hour, and I'm dying in the chair, and he's like, I made that nail polish. My company made that fucking, you know what that is? That's rainbow sherbet nail polish. Like he had to point out to this woman who it just was the craziest.
She just wanted to
experience.
get your chair to its location and
Right.
get out of there.
She had a horrible job
Yeah.
wheeling around white people.
Yeah.
I would figure on a gay cruise, they would have a doctor on call for people who had foreign objects stuck in holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish that was the problem
Yeah.
because I put so many things in my holes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They always came out.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. Yeah.
thank God.
Right.
Yeah.
They always came out of me. So I didn't have to work. What was the craziest thing you've ever put in your hole?
In my asshole, I put a G.I. Joe
figure.
Oh, yeah.
You did too?
Yeah, G.I. Joe.
This was
Yeah.
fucking meant to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're lying. I'm telling the truth.
I mean, we said it at the exact same time.
Yeah, I mean, that was the
Yeah.
weirdest fucking.
Yeah.
What's that game you called? No backsies? What happens when you say the same shit at the same time? You go jinx?
Jinx, yeah.
Jinx.
Jinx.
I mean,
You guys both put a G.I. Joe in
put
your
a G.I.
anus?
Joe in
I
my
put
ass.
the arm in and I would run around with him hanging out. My friends would laugh.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the funniest fucking
I would go
thing
the other
I've
way. I
ever-
would go feet first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pushed it too far though, and it did get stuck, and it's just a true story.
And you had to
I
shit
put
it out.
it all the way in.
Yeah.
No, I started panicking a little bit because
Of course you did.
Yeah.
I didn't know the ass closes. It closes.
Oh my God. It
when you get
sucked
most of
in
it
the
in, it
G.I.
sucked
Joe.
it in.
Yeah.
And then like I had to really pull and dig, and it was not easy to get out. I was in the
got out.
bathtub.
Yeah, and you were in the bathtub. Yeah.
Yeah.
How old were you?
About 26.
26. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's. I used to put. Yeah, I know. No,
That's what
literally.
it is.
I was
26. I used to put them in feet first.
I have a Barbie dream house.
I stick my daughter's toys up my ass. It's the only way I
I
can
stick
come.
my daughter.
Wei Zhongzhen.
I stick your daughter in my asshole too.
I mean, we have put a lot of things in our
God.
holes today.
I don't.
We
think
started with bats, now we're putting people in there.
I don't think I've ever put anything in my asshole. To
Right.
come to think of it,
I don't see.
I've put brushes in my vagina when I was. Yeah, when
That's
I was,
odd.
No, it's not like the shaft of the brush. I don't know what to call it. The hand,
But those
whatever.
are all
Not
made
the
of-
brush part.
No, that would be weird.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, bristle brush. I gave myself a hysterectomy at 8.
I'm trying to feel something.
Chris, if you fart one more fucking time, I'm.
I had a vegan scramble before.
Yeah, I mean, you're just. You can't bring this kid to your
my
family
God.
dinner.
There's a Matchbox car on the ground. That came out of his head.
I just shit on my diploma.
Oh my God, I just shit out my diploma.
That doesn't even make
For that
sense.
thing.
That's where that is.
I've been looking. I've been looking for that memorabilia. My bat mitzvah album just came out.
You just got on stage and got it, and you went, "This is where this goes." And you just put it in your
I
ass.
can't believe I'm still dying over the fact that you both put a G.I.
G.I.
Joe
Joe
in your
in my
ass. I
ass,
find
yeah.
that, is that common?
I don't
Because
think.
you're
I don't
not-
know.
You're
I mean-
pretending like it's just like, yeah,
I don't
every
think-
guy does that.
I don't think this career choice. Whoever gets into this career choice, I don't think it's common. Nothing's common. Yeah, I don't think any
you
of my.
don't think anyone who's not a comic put
No.
a put
I don't.
a G.I.
Yeah, I
Joe
don't think
in
I'm gonna
their
call
ass.
my buddy and be like, "Hey, man, did you ever put a GI Joe figure?" And he's gonna go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" No,
Yeah.
no, I never. First of all, I never had GI Joes when I was 26. Secondly, yeah, I didn't. Never thought of putting them in my
Did you
ass.
really do it when you're 26?
No, I'm kidding. It was. I must have been. Somewhere between 8 and 7, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
But it went all the way in.
Holy
So your
you
hole
must
closed
have-
up around
I
it.
would freak the fuck out
Yeah,
if a G.I. Joe.
I got hard. I was like, oh, that I finally figured out how to make that thing,
Yeah.
stand up.
Yeah.
So it was like, that's what happens.
I used to stick crayons down my dick.
Yeah.
Down your dick?
Well, like on my pee hole.
Why not?
Just
What do
rub-
you mean? What do you mean?
When I was a little kid, that's something kids do. They just play. You play
Not
with your
really.
You play with your penis a little bit. Play with the hole. And
With
then
the crayon?
well, not like down, but I would like rub a crayon on my on the tip of my penis a little bit. I would do that. Yeah.
Just give it a little clown nose.
Little clown. Yeah.
Make it look like a missile.
Yeah. Anything to make me forget the priest was raping me.
Yeah. It's what we call painting over the pain.
I put those glasses with the fake nose on my cunt.
Just do a Marx Brothers play.
How disgusting! I have a master's degree in daughters. I put it on my cunt. I've lost my mind. Oh God! I'm like, my daughter listens to my podcast.
Mama, why did you do that on your cunt?
Isabella came because we have a daughter that's around the
So
same
beautiful,
age.
your daughter.
Thank you so much.
She's an angel.
Thank you. She loved you, honest.
Yeah.
She was afraid of Godfrey.
Way
but anyway,
Jong-jan.
she whispered in my ear yesterday. She goes, "Mama," I thought she was gonna go, "I love you." She's like, "You have a big butthole." Where the fuck did you learn this? It's probably from my podcast.
Right.
Yeah, she probably heard it.
She's probably tuning in because they all know how to work phones now.
I know.
So it's just a matter of time before they just go to iTunes and search Jessica Kirson.
Oh,
My daughter
God.
canceled one of my flights last week. I swear to God. I swear. She canceled one of my JetBlue flights.
She did?
Yeah, I didn't even know. And then I got an email the next day and it said, your flight's been canceled. And I said, what? And then I'm looking at it and then I noticed the time and my daughter had the phone and then I asked her because she was practicing yes, no in school. So they have all digital.
Oh my
yes, no, yes, no.
God.
So she must have, I would let her watch stuff on my phone and then I didn't. I just was paying attention, but not paying attention. And she must have scrolled out of the video and was pressing buttons on the app and then must have somehow pressed cancel and then yes, no, yes, no. And she just fucking picked right and canceled the flight.
Oh, but
And then-
Zoe, when she was younger, my 13-year-old ordered this is amazing. She ordered huge pink slippers. I'm talking this for the size of like,
Yeah.
a man. I mean,
Right.
they were the biggest size for a woman. A baby grand piano, a little white grand piano. I just remembered this and some other toys. And this whole shipment came.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
how-
she must have been 6. I think she was around
She
6
just,
or
because
7.
the credit card was linked up.
Yeah, it was
already.
it was Shari's credit card.
So
the whole,
she
the whole
just
thing.
had the app open. And was just
all
pressed.
this stuff got delivered. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And you have to laugh. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to laugh.
So, and you
Oh my
just
God.
kept it.
My mom's like, you need to punish her. I'm like, she doesn't even know what's going on.
What
like,
she did.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite
Punish her.
Soder jokes. You ever hear that
Pink
Soder
slippers.
joke where he goes, he's like, I don't believe these babies. They don't know what they're going on because they'll be like, they'll do like boop, 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 and they'll be like up. I want to go up, up. It's like I just watched you do a bank transaction.
Yeah.
Up. I want to go
bank
up. Because you see like a 4-year-old on a fucking.
Oh, they swipe.
God, they know
can
exactly
do everything
what to do.
now.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my daughter's, she's a fucking smart kid.
Is she on the iPad a lot?
All day.
Yeah.
All day. And it's like, I try to, well, not
It's
all day.
hard.
I mean, I limit her, but then, it's like one of those things, like I take her off the iPad and then we go for a walk, we go to the park and then she naps and then we have to eat. And then she's like, I'm only going to eat if you let me watch my show. And then, so it's like, it's constant
What's her
fucking
show?
negotiating with it. Right now, it's, a Tucker Carlson live. No.
Chris just sits there in front of Fox News
Yeah.
and goes, fun.
No.
Truth.
Yeah.
Listen.
Right now it's Joel Olstein. No, she watches. I was letting her watch Barbie Dreamhouse, but now it's like I don't like their message. They're too materialistic. So she watches a lot of she watches old school stuff. Her favorite movie to watch is the old Mary Poppins, the first one. She watches
Isabella
that.
likes that stuff too.
She loves that. We watch Mulan. Well, not now with the coronavirus. We're not going to watch that anymore.
Wei Jong
we
Jen.
watch and then she loves Beauty and the Beast.
Don't watch Caillou either.
Yeah, I'm not watching Caillou.
Yeah, Isabella was watching Caillou the other day and she got a mild fever.
Yeah, you can't watch that. She can watch Mulan if she has the mask on.
Wei Jong-jan.
And then she likes
That's actually really funny. It's do you know why I'm laughing? Because people probably would fucking do that because they're so stupid. That's
Yeah.
the scary part.
Yeah. Your daughter goes to school with a lot of Chinese kids.
My daughter goes to school with, I would say,
Are they masked up?
60% of Chinese. No, but I think they're going to close my daughter's school next week because one of the relatives of one of the kids lives in Wuhan or was in Wuhan. They're like from Wuhan. So some of the parents were like, we can't,
Yeah, but that's a perfect example of how crazy
I know
the far left has got. Because then some people in the far left would go, "That's racist. What you're doing, shutting the school." Like the New York Times, I actually retweeted this. It's crazy to think the New York Times wrote an article going, "Hey, some people are calling it the Wuhan virus. That's not right. That's racist." It was an article in the New York Times.
Yeah.
And then someone just reposted an article from the New York Times from 2 months earlier where the headline was Wuhan virus. And then said,
really?
And then, did you forget about the Zika virus, the Spanish flu, and just went on and on and on about every single fucking virus, which is always named after the location it came from. West Nile. It's like
I get very upset.
It's like people are really fucking living in a cartoon right now.
I know. I can't stand. I do a black character, and if anything, the one I was doing was very powerful, and it was a message I was putting out there, which was pro. Like it wasn't. There was nothing racist about it. If anything, it was the opposite. And I got a message from someone saying you're a fucking racist, you're this and that, and it's like it's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Like if you have talent now, it's like it's seen as you just have to be you, and it's like a very narrow thing. It's like you can't. It's like what happened to Hank Azaria. It's just like crazy. It's like the guy does like fucking 50 cartoon voices.
I know.
And
that's what I'm talking about. It's
problem
scary.
with
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. It's like really.
He got pulled from something.
Apu is off The Simpsons.
He's
now.
off. He's been erased from The Simpsons, and Hank Azaria doesn't do it, and he's been written off the show after 22 years.
I'm working on an animated show where I'm someone was following me and loved my old Jewish character, the Jewish woman, and then it's a great idea. Her best friend is an older black woman, and they live in a community together. It's an amazing idea for a show, like that they're best friends and they get high, and it's really dark. And the guy said to me, 10 years ago you could have done both characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now it's like they had to search for someone to do the other character.
I have an animated show in development right now, and one of the actors who, I'll tell you guys after, is like known for doing voices. He can do all these iconic voices, but he's a white guy. So like he can only play the white guy. And I'm like, it's a cartoon.
I don't understand that.
It's a cartoon. None of this is real.
This is art. I know. I don't understand it.
It's a sickness. It's like it's actually gotten to the point where it's like it has those those notes. It has those hints of like, oh shit, this is the end of Rome. Like where truth is like nothing makes sense anymore. You're going like, what the fuck?
But I don't think it's going to continue. I don't. It's going to have to turn around. There's no way. There's not enough people who are that. And you know what? With Hollywood playing into it, it's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
But I think eventually it's going to, the money, they're going to lose too much money.
I agree with you. That's what I'm saying.
Once
I think
it gets
it's
to the money, they have to go,
around.
they have no choice to go back.
And it's always also those right-wing kids who fucking ruin it because they give them the excuse because they just go on the air and they just say the N-word 500 times and then it gives the other side ammunition.
Well, the extremes on both sides are horrible.
The extremes both sides are fucking
both sides
crazy.
are insane.
Yeah, it's going like, I'm just going to say the N-word 20 times to spite those people. And you're going like, you're making their point.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We're all in the middle.
We're all suffering from these two fucking pools of fucking idiots.
That's what I keep saying.
Yeah.
Now, your manager is famous for baking bread. What's your favorite bread that he bakes?
That's hilarious. He's famous for baking bread. Oh, he made me a challah once, but I don't think I got it.
Check out at Jim Serpico on Instagram. He's a fantastic manager and producer, but now he's just been making bread the last couple years and it looks fantastic.
Bread with the stromboli, the one with the Danielle flipped out over it.
He's a fantastic
because I don't eat bread.
Cook. Yeah.
But he made it with the meat and the cheese inside. Oh my God.
Shout out Jim Serpico. Great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to call him Mini Mussolini.
We used to call him Mini Mussolini. Now we call him Jim the Jew.
Now we call him Jim the Jew.
I didn't even know he was.
I know. Well, we didn't know either. But then when you go into his house, he's got a picture of him with a yarmulke playing the saxophone. Yeah. And we were like, I was like, you wear your yarmulke? He goes, I wear my yarmulke when I go to big meetings in LA.
That's hysterical.
He's a halfie, right?
He's a half ski. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a half.
But his wife is Jewish.
Right.
Okay. So then the kids are Jewish.
Right.
Got it.
It's all about the whole. The people who tuned in learned a lot today.
It's all about the whole.
It's all about the whole.
One more and then we'll go.
Sure.
There you go.
Oh, that was Chris.
That was bad. Because the way that one came out of the top of my ass crack.
Yeah, no, it's going to come out with shit. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
He's going to shit his
myself.
pants. He's pushing him.
Yeah, no.
You know, like on those Japanese trains, that guy that pushes the fucking people. That's what he does with his shit.
Have
with his farts.
you seen what the fuck is that?
I know.
mean, it is wild.
Well, that's because they're going to have to start doing that in New York.
One of the most wild things I think I've ever seen is that video.
Yeah, they just shove them on.
Well, it's so
And
crowded there.
how did they get? I'm telling you, I'd rather be killed than do that.
And you can't talk
That
on a
is
Japanese
nightmare
train.
for me.
Right.
You're not
Well,
allowed
you're
to
Jewish.
talk or
That's
be on the phone.
You're not?
Or not that you're not allowed to,
Oh
but
yeah,
it's
being
very...
pushed into a train.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, you go there and you go, I'm taking an Uber.
Where am I going? I wasn't even
Planning on going on a train.
They're just trying to explain it to you. They're like, no, it's just crowded, And you're like, no.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I
not
wouldn't-
getting on
I
that
did-
fucking train.
Well,
Get your hands
when
off
they
me.
First of all, if anyone physically pushed me on, I'd be like, get the fuck off. I mean, I don't know how these.
Well, I
people,
feel like, in Japan, we're so much bigger than them. We could just fucking throw them all like Godzilla. We just fucking start hitting them all like Wreck-It
Like
Ralph.
Godzilla.
Like I'm
Wait,
Wreck-It
John,
Ralph.
We
Just
can't do
coming
the
in.
podcast without it. Like we did Schultz the other day, and it's like the kid just has to walk around with one. You just have to walk around with a portable one.
Yeah.
We got to make a portable button for you.
Yeah, for my...
Wherever you go, just hit a fucking Wei Zhongxin.
We got the way shut chin.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding around.
What is it? What
It's
does the
not
sound
racist
sound-
to
what
say
does it sound
Japanese
like?
people. We're bigger than Japanese people.
I mean, some of them
That
are bigger.
is true. Well,
We're bigger than...
a
I'm saying
lot.
as our average height is taller than their average height. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean,
You say we can throw them around like Godzilla.
Yeah, but so I'll shoot them out of my like fucking BBs.
Wei
you also
Zhongzhan.
said that Taiwanese have really small hands.
No, Filipinos, but they do have
Filipinos.
small hands. That's why
Yeah.
they're good. They're good massages. They can
Taiwanese.
get their little baby hands in between your rib cage.
That's another fact that you guys didn't
Wei
know.
Zhongzhan.
This is filled with
They're
science.
little baby hands.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's like you'll see like the biggest, most muscular grown men with just little baby 3-year-old hands.
Do you guys
Really?
Is this
Their
the
hands
most
look like-
accurate
they're-
episode we've ever done?
Literally,
Absolutely.
look at
Yeah.
the Filipino guy, like the most biggest guy. When you look at the hands, they look like hands on a trophy.
I mean, just call this
You should
episode
put those
Science
in your
is
ass.
Wild.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Those
I
would feel good.
If I ever wore an Emmy, I'd put it in my ass on stage.
I want to thank my asshole. I want to thank God and my asshole.
For this, and then just slowly get it up
I would
and
pay
say
you
I don't
any
drink
amount
milk.
of money to hear that and see you shove something in your asshole.
I would shove it right up my ass, and then I'd yell Trump 2020. All right, so I think we got to go, right?
Yeah,
okay.
we're 1:15.
Where can people see you?
at church.
You got any cruises coming up? Should we alert
They
local?
should go to
Yeah.
they should go to my website, jessicakirson.com.
Okay.
And follow me on Instagram at Jessie Kirson.
Got it.
JESSYKIRSON.
And where can they see?
Your ass.
You just had a special come out. Where can people check
on
that out?
comedycentral.com.
So
Yeah.
go
That's my
check out her special.
yeah.
She's one of the funniest people
Yeah.
on the planet, and she had her gallbladder removed on a fucking
And then I ate it.
So thanks for listening, everybody. Check out Jessica.
Thank you. You can find off.
You got a fart? You
No.
want to end on a fart?
ChristyComedy.com, HistoryHyenas.com, YanisPappas.comedy.com. Check out our live dates. We got a bunch of live dates coming out.
Yeah, we'll do that afterwards. Right? We're gonna plug it in. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it's all good. Of course, always brought to you by Lakeside Maple. It's a trail mix. You put it up your butt. You go to lakesidemaple.com. Use the promo code WILD, W-I-L-D. You get 15% off your order. That's 15% right off your order. It's an incredible snack. Put in your oatmeal, vegetables, whatever you want to do. Kid's a great kid. 9th Street Auto Collision, Auto Repair Station, lifetime warranty on all repairs. You give people good deals on parts and labor. Everybody knows their address. Do you know their address by heart, Giannis?
Yeah.
What is it?
Not 9th Street.
133 West Hills Road, Huntington Station. You call 631-351-5300. You get free oil change for Yell Trump 2020.
Yep.
James Altucher, you just follow him at James Altucher. He's got so much money he doesn't care. And he's got a comedy club on the Upper West Side. Then this guy's a real schizophrenic. He's a new sponsor. His name's the Buckman Breakdown. He sent us about 3,000 messages about rewriting the ad. I mean, you're out of your fucking mind. His name is Gareth Buckman. He's got a bi-weekly podcast. He analyzes the latest news in MMA, economics, and financial crimes. I don't know what this kid, he's got a bachelor's degree in sports and exercise science and master's in financial planning. If you want an in-depth analysis of strategic, athletic, and anthropomorphic attributes of the biggest MMA fights, subscribe to the Buckman Breakdown. I mean, I don't know how that's a business. If you want an insider's look into global economic events and international financial crimes,
I don't.
subscribe to the Buckman Breakdown. I mean, you're out of your fucking mind, kid. Follow him at, he's also a professional photographer, because why the fuck not? not? I mean, this kid can do everything. MMA fights, financial analysis, fucking photographer. I'm sure he does stand-up. He's probably got a special. He probably banged my ex.
Yeah.
At Gareth Buckman.
Yeah.
GarethBuckman. And thank God that's over.
Clip it!
Clip it. And then, of course, we got Theo's Feta Cheese, who tried to swindle out of some money because he's a fucking dirtbag from Brooklyn. But he's got feta cheese that's natural milk, cow milk, and it's got salt and probiotics and whatever the fuck else he's probably lying about. But it's got B vitamins and calcium. It's great for muscle, bone, and health and getting jacked. It's cow's milk feta, not sheep or goat's milk. It's naturally lower in fat. He was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. It's available to the public for 2 years, and it's already kicking the national brand's ass. You can purchase Theo's at your local Key Food, Big Y, King Cullen, Seatown, Super Fresh, Bozuto's, any fucking store, but really just get it on Amazon. And the website is theosfeta.com. That's TheosFeta.com, theosfeta.com, whatever I don't care.